to Meg.tv, bro, because that's where it's at, yo.
That's where it's at, yo.
Yes, this is where it's at, yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome
What's
to
up?
another Monday Madness. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. What's up, Ghost?
What's going on? Not
I am
much.
Pop, man. You know why I'm here. We're here to talk to cool people about cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My co-host here, Ghost Pepper, and today's first guest, we call him Scott, but you can call him 30-something.
Yeah.
In what work?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, man. All right. Mr. Scott, how are you?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
Did you have a good 4th?
Yeah, you know, stuff with the kids mostly. Fun.
Cool. So,
Scott, how are you?
hold on. Okay, I had back feed. So, Mr. Scott, you're an artist. Yeah, you have lots of cool cartoons that you've made that I've witnessed throughout past couple of years, man, and glad to have you. So let everybody in Madness know a little bit about you. You know, how'd you get into art? And what do you like?
First, let's say where you found him, where you guys met.
Oh, okay. So I actually first met him, I think, in Sort of Michael's chat. It's the first time I ever really met you, online.
On pill.net.
On pill.net. And, I started digging it. Anybody that I see on there is friendly. I look at their, profile page and everything. And I seen that he had so many cool little cartoons and things. And I was just so, I love unique things, man. And his stuff is so unique, so.
So
anyway.
do you do animation? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, mostly it's animations. I mean, I'll do like a drawing stream or whatever here and there, but usually I just, I've got probably 300 animations on, different, streaming sites.
Damn. Do you hire out to do that stuff?
No.
We got tons of people that would pay for good animation.
I mean, honestly, I've recently started like saying I'll do some commissions. I haven't got a whole lot of bites yet. I got 1 or 2 over on Rumble where they want me to do some animations for them. I've done 1 or 2 over there, but I'm not saying I want it.
All comic people want it. Look, everybody wants their character animated.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in comics. Okay?
Awesome.
Anybody that says no is because they can do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But look, even me with my little Crom dude, Raul and T from the Draw Stream, he made one of those little moving animes of my Crom, my dude. And it's like I didn't even know that was coming. I just seen it and I was like, get the hell out of here. But cool. And that little guy in the middle, he had him dancing and eating comics and shredding them up, and it was hilarious, dude. I was like, get out of here, man. But yeah, there are tons of things. Board game trailers, RPG trailers that people would love animation for their characters for. You come hang out in the Madness. We'll make you some money, bro. That's how we do this.
I'm totally down.
Really, that's what the whole thing. It's a networking and promotion platform, right? Everybody, if there's something you need, a writer, an editor, proofreader, an artist, a flatter, whatever, right? You can pretty much find it in the Madness, but we don't have a whole lot of people that do animation. And the ones that do,
get a hold of me.
The ones that do, they want money. You know what I mean? And it's like, holy crap, usually people that can't afford it. Everybody thinks they can't afford it, but hey, you never know. You hook up with the right person, it's done, right?
Right.
Shit, I'll lowball it. I don't make any money right now, so why not?
Well, I mean, it ain't even so much lowballing it. It's like as long as you're satisfied with your pay per hour, right? It doesn't have to be what everybody over there is setting a scale so that they can all make, ridiculous money off poor people.
Yeah.
Those people that do comics, most of them ain't got money. They got a
Yeah,
regular
I
job.
get
They're doing their, you know what I mean? Like 95% of them got a regular job that they have to work, and they're just trying to do this and make it happen, right? They don't have years of comic money to fall back on and make happen, or a DC or a Marvel to do it for them. They're out here, they're poor people, and they're, regular people.
Mhm.
And some of the animators I know just want way, way, way more than just I mean, these guys don't make that much on a campaign. And the guy making their trailer wants to charge them half of what they would have made on their campaign to do a little 1 minute trailer to promote the campaign. It's like, no.
Well, I think a lot of the guys like that are not getting also is that the animation industry, the bottom's kind of falling out, and they're looking at what people were getting on Netflix 5 years ago, and it's not there anymore.
Well, I mean, an animated 30-second or 1 minute trailer for a comic is not doing a Netflix show that you're going to make $1 million off of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, look, I'm happy. I'm happy if the time I'm spending, if I feel like it's spent well. Whether I make money or not, if I feel like the time spent well, I'm okay with it. You know, Joe D. McPhee, ain't seen you in a bit. How you doing, brother?
What's up, brother?
I think Joe does some animation.
Cool.
He
So-
has a
Go ahead.
book with some wrestling chicks stuff. Man, I haven't talked to Joe in a long time. He may be doing entirely different things now, but one of his characters was on the CromCon. We had a huge CromCon. What do you call it? Everybody's character was on the same page. And one of Joe's characters was on it too, from CromCon 23 or something. Ken Ferret drew a character on from everybody who was at CromCon. Drew their character on one page. It was pretty badass.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So how you get into artistry or animation there, Scott? How'd you get into it? You know, what drove you to do this?
I mean, the artist thing's probably just like every single person in my family, like besides my dad, like my immediate family was into drawing and stuff like that. And then, growing up in, 80s, 90s, 2000s, big on a lot of comics. I read a lot of, The Badger, Cerebus, freaking Sergio Aragone's Gru, The Wanderer, a lot of different stuff. And, obviously I was really big on the Claremont era X-Men. And, got a lot, really interested in comics and, a lot of cartoons, like a lot of the cult classics like heavy metal and stuff like that. And in high school, middle school, whatever, started drawing a lot of these characters, some of them that I still use now, like the Teton, the little monsters and all my cartoons, and just doing a lot of like parodies and fucking around and jokes. And as far as like the actual animating, I was doing an overnight job where I was basically like an orderly and I had a lot of downtime because people were just kind of sleeping. And I was just making sure nobody's like killing themselves or whatever. And so, you got nothing else to do really other than sit there and just every once in a while look up and make sure nobody's doing anything. Because if you make a lot of noise, these people freak out. And so I started, I got an animation program on my tablet and I started working on Flip-A-Clip and I figured it out. And then, a few years later, I was doing something different, but around that time is probably when I was starting to, honestly, I just had a lot of opinions I wanted to get out there, and I started doing things like, like the He-Man He-Man Pulp Fiction parody cartoons I was doing for a while there. Started out with a joke about Kevin Smith fucking up He-Man and Beastman and fucking and Merman showing up at his house because Skeletor's pissed off, and the Skeletor looked like a bitch, kind of, and just from there I just started doing this stuff all the time. I already had the channel that I was using for just like reviews and fucking shit like that and history videos and stuff, and it just kind of became a cartoon channel.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. Look, we're definitely gonna introduce you to some people that like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was. I think it was ComCon 23, Joe. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I got it in my computer somewhere. I have to find it. But yeah, one
where
of
you guys
Joe's
doing conventions at?
And Dave Brink from a Drink with Brink show.
Yep.
In the chat. What's up? He's another comic book creator.
Mm-hmm.
And all these guys, like I said, all of them make trailers or commercials or ads for their stuff. Any of them that can get some anime work done or animation work done without going too deep into pocket would be really happy to know you, sir. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they make me an offer, I'll probably charge by the minute of animation. I mean, I don't know what the fuck the going rate is. They maybe considering how long it would take me to do like a minute. I don't know, $100, $80. I don't know. Have to talk about how detailed they want it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like as long as you're happy with what you're making for the amount of time that you put in it, you don't really have to go by the scale of the biggies. It's like
I don't give a fuck what other people are making. I'm not making nothing.
Right there you go.
I'm gonna be doing this anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well be having fun and getting a little something for it.
Right.
What's up, Grey Wolf?
Exactly.
What's going on? Yeah, man. Not like doing what you love, man.
Yeah, just enough to not have my wife pissed off that I'm wasting all my time doing something making money.
How much you getting paid for that?
It's like to see those titties without the shirt on.
Yeah.
You won't be able to be mad if you're actually making money, though. Oh, yeah. See, here we go. You do animation? Do you have a trailer? See, they're already biting, dude. It's like that.
You guys want to throw up one of the cartoons at some point? I mean, you can show them,
Those got one ready. Here we go.
I got one ready. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. And let me find it. That's it. Yep, there we go.
Wake up, cat. We're almost in Helgen.
No, today Garfield stays in bed. Wake me on tear dust.
Wait,
Yeah,
we're
about
almost
that.
in Helgen.
I don't think there's going to be a tear dust for us, cat.
And make it mid-dust. Garfidelis has had much cheese and must sleep it off. Stop the rambling, please.
Oh, no. See, I don't think you're getting it. You see that guy on the end of the cart? That's Orson Storm Park.
Fascinating. Why should Garfidelis care?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you're in the same cart headed to an execution with the guy who shouted the High King to death?
I see. So he is annoying.
Nah,
It's the opening to a very
it's
popular
not like when other people shout.
video game.
Orson Storm Park conjured a piano that fell upon the High King's head, followed by an anvil, and then an elephant. Get the prisoners out of the carts! Move it!
Wow, man. So, welcome to Helgen. So here's the deal. You guys got here kind of late, so breakfast is over, and we're not going to be able to get you that last meal that people always talk about. But anyway, we're going to get you right up and get this over and, get the execution started.
Speaking of food, I'm in the mood for pate for lunch. Let's do the duck first.
Hey, whoa. Hey, I'm not a rebel. I've never even seen these assholes before. Orson, tell him. Oh. Gangway! Archers! All right. Akajit next.
So, like, any last words, man? Garfidelis has heard that the cursed cheese of oblivion is to die for. We shall soon find out.
Prisoner to the block.
Garfidelis hates Morndas.
That was weird.
Cheese.
Yeah, I had to use the Wilhelm scream.
Dave was in there. You got it. Yeah. As soon as he said Helgen, I was like, get the fuck.
That was great, dude. That Wilhelm in there, man.
So I'm gonna move this inside real quick. We got a storm coming in. It looks like.
Okay.
I got a storm coming in out there. I'm gonna move you inside here. Okay. Let me find a room.
Yeah,
One
I have
second.
played that opening scene of that video game many times.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a classic scene. I mean, you're not playing that game without getting through that.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm one of them people. I'll play the game, then I'll go back and I'll play the game, and I'll go the exact opposite direction. You know what I mean? I come out of Helgen and I'm like, look, going the other way on the map, going in a total different direction, and trying to do it without following the storyline. You know, I love doing shit.
I think
Clear
the
the
first
whole
like
map.
3 playthroughs, I went straight up the mountain to get to fucking High Hrothgar. I didn't do the whole like trail.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
afterwards I figured out there was a whole like extra thing to that. So I was like, ah, fuck that. I'm just gonna hop up there.
I've played both sides of the war. I've played neutral. I've played. I want to run it all, and like tried to get myself as the person marrying the queen. Instead of dude, right? So I've tried that game. I've tried to do everything with that game. It's great.
Yeah, man.
He's got storms
Fantastic.
too. What's up?
Uh-oh.
Watch out! Watch out! Hey, a little moment of love for the people in Texas. That flood, that's horrible.
Yep.
You know,
Really bad stuff.
hate that kind of shit, man. Hate that kind of shit. Not the kids. They you took out an old folks' home, not kids.
Yeah.
I'm old, so I can say that. You know,
Yeah.
shit, you know. It's like the lottery. How come it's always some old dude about to die wins $800 million? Why can't it be some young 18-year-old that needs, you know, that's broke and has a whole family's been broke all his life, and he, you know, it's always somebody about to kick it anyway. Hate that. Reward the right people. What do you
All
think?
right.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, it's just it kind of blood curdles everybody when you hear about children dying. This is so bad.
All right, I'm going to drop your email in the chat on all the other places so that people outside of Peel see this too. Look, this is Scott's email.
Mhm.
You're interested in hitting him up for some animation or just, you know, friending him, getting to know him, whatever, so that maybe you do something anytime, anywhere else, you know. But there it is. There's his Gmail. You can hit him up if you
Mhm.
want something.
What
What
was that the right one? 'Cause I think it was Scooby DRB was the one that should be up there.
Is
It
it
was like
different?
Scott Covey.
DRB, that's it.
Yeah, Scooby. Okay, sorry. Well, I thought it said Scott Covey. I was like, yeah, it's only a quick test. Okay.
But yeah, you can hit Scott up, ask him anything. What's up, Woody? What's up?
What's up, buddy?
And
All right.
how many? Like you say, you had like 300 cartoons. I need that. I need
Yeah,
that
something like
YouTube.
that.
We need your
Yeah,
YouTube channel. or
I put
Rumble
it in the. It's in the. Let's see. I got it right here.
Get it over it. It's got to go to everybody.
Yeah, I
Everybody.
think
All
for
right.
a while
Check
I was
out his
doing like 3 a
YouTube
week.
channel, bro. There's this YouTube channel, so you can go check out his work.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Check it out. And what I mean, you out of 300, there has to be a favorite.
I mean, it's hard to say an exact favorite. My probably some of the ones I sent you guys are some of my favorites right now. So Bert's
Yeah.
Blade's one that I put a lot of work into. That's going to be like my big thing when I actually get more like
Yeah.
rolling out of it. And that you know, obviously the Garfidelis ones are one I do a lot of, and the other one I sent you, the Kappa is one that
Kappa's
just recently
next,
I
yeah.
made that made me laugh my ass off. So you know,
Yeah, I got Kappa next, and then the Burt's Blade. It's in there. So sweet.
it's hard to pick
Huh.
a favorite when you get 300. I mean, you know,
I know it, man. Every time I watch them, I'm like, oh, that was my favorite. Oh, and then watch the next one. I think that was my favorite.
you know, since like 2021. So I mean, a lot of them, it's like, you know, they're really funny at the time, and then it's not all that relevant anymore when it's like all COVID jokes and shit like that, or like Biden jokes, or you know, it's like
Right.
so. You know, those ones go out of vogue after a while, and it's just kind of, you know. But some of these are classics.
Yeah.
That's why I like the comic book, because these guys will always be changing it up. They'll always, there's always a next issue. You have to do a new one for it. It's continuous work. You know what I mean? They're always coming out with their next book. They're always wanting to promote that next thing, and I mean, it's a little more consistent than the joke of the month.
I try to mix it up. I do a little of the joke of the month, and I do a little of the, you know, classic, and then I'll do something that just everybody can relate to, like, you know, parodies of commercials. Like I just did one called Almost Fresh, and it's a joke about all the YouTubers who are all fucking, you know, got a sponsorship with fucking, you know, whatever the current thing is, and it's just, you know,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, we ready for another cartoon?
Yes.
See, this one's called Capo. All right, here we go. Play.
I'd like to introduce you all to the newest member of the gang, Mickey Webfingers. Hey, yo, Sal, you sure about this? Not for nothing, but this guy's a Kappa. Nah, he ain't no capo yet, but, maybe if he works hard and, he puts in the numbers, he could be something someday. Nah, what I mean is he's like a Japanese turtle vampire or something. I mean, look at him, he's fucking green. You was green too when I brought you into this organization. Everybody gotta start somewhere. What's the problem, Vinny? What's the problem?
The problem, boss, if I may be so blunt, is that's not a person you got there. That's a fucking monster. And if you let him hang around, mark my word, he's gonna be drowning people in the fucking river.
The balls on this fucking guy talking to me like this. Just last week, you put a pair of cement shoes on Big Bobby Sanchez and threw him off a fucking pier. You know what I think? I think your big issue is with this guy being Japanese. Now look, we already talked to you about this. Do I have to send you back to diversity training?
Japanese, he's got a fucking beak.
And so does my Jewish lawyer. I bet you got a problem with him too. Get this fucking guy out of here. I ain't gonna be questioned in my own warehouse. Get fucking lost.
Well, okay, if that's how you really feel, but I ain't gonna say I told you so if this guy starts sucking people's blood.
There you go again, mixing up the Jew and Japanese stereotypes. HR would have a fucking shit fit if they knew I had you on payroll. Just get gone.
So how long does it take you to make something like that?
I mean, that one took a while because I had a lot of, you know, like little just like twitchy movements, all of them. I mean, sometimes I can pump one out in like a day or two. Sometimes it's, you know, 3-4 weeks. You know, it depends on like the little details and how motivated I am. Yeah.
Right.
Man, that's good stuff, too. I love it.
little weekend gamer in the chat. What's up? That's a new one. That's a new one. But we do love gamers. We have a couple gaming streams on the network, a couple RPG streams, all kinds of stuff. We're trying to spread the love out all over the different types
Oh, yeah,
of
you guys got a lot going on here.
all the different types of pop culture and entertainment. We're trying to spread it out. When I go to Roku, I want to have a little bit of everything, and then we can build on those categories. But I want a couple something in each category of, different types of stuff. We have a couple people that are going to be throwing independent films at us when we go up. So we'll have a couple of films up. We'll have, it'll be pretty good.
Yeah,
But
man.
one thing I need everybody on this network that hasn't already done a new intro, we all need new, fresh, nice looking intros for the shows, right? I still don't have one for this show, right? But
Yeah.
we will have. Everybody should have a nice, clean intro that's catchy, that gets people interested in wanting to see what's coming after this intro, right? You want something that gets your attention. So that's kind of what we're focusing on right now is flashy, reach out and grab them by the throat intros.
Yeah. What do you think, Pops? 20 seconds, 40 seconds? What's a good intro?
It depends, okay? I mean, I think if you can get it between 20 and 30 seconds
Right.
and make sure it visually gives people an idea of what they're going to be seeing, and also tells you, hey, this is Monday Madness. Every Monday we bring this to you. Now remember, you're on Roku, so you don't want to lock into a time unless you are going to upload specifically at that time every week. Like we do our show here. I'll get done with this show. I'll download it. I'll upload it. It'll probably go up about 8 o'clock. Do you see what I'm saying? On Roku.
Yeah.
So I can't use the Monday Madness 5 p.m. Eastern because it's not on Roku at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
Just a generic heading, right? You see what I'm saying? Hey, it's Monday Madness. We coming at you live. You know what I'm saying. It has to be it has to be legit, and I'm having a hard time. I'm kind of overwhelmed redoing all the thumbnails and all. Like this thumbnail I won't be able to use for Roku for this show because it says 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
So it's just going to say every Monday night. You see what I'm saying? I have to change all these things that I have to change and update. And it goes with all the video, all the intros and everything, and then getting other people to do it too, because I want everybody's show to look good and look professional. And they have to remember, it's not streaming, it's TV. Roku is different. It's TV. It's the guy that's lounging in his couch with his remote in hand.
Yep. Can rewind and go back and forth and not have to worry about missing a thing.
And if he don't like what he's watching, click.
Yep.
Click, right? He's got the remote right there. So this is TV. You want to get their attention, you want to keep their attention. And that's, in terms of showrunners, you kind of got to think that way. So 30-something. Now, I know you draw too, right? Like, what kind of art do you do? Like, just lay some stuff on us. What do you got right there handy?
Okay, I just happen to be in the room where I do most of my drawing. So let's see. Here's something I drew the other night, just kind of fucking around this spider squid.
Spider squid does whatever a spider squid does.
Called it a jacaranda. And I got my tab that I actually just filled up. I got to get a new one of these right here, actually. Let me see. I'll pick that shit up after. All right, let's see. Let's find something good for you in here. right off the bat, there's a Bigfoot.
Sweet.
Here's something I did for 4th of July. Yeah.
Hey,
Boobies.
You gotta draw boobies. At
Nice
least once a
flag.
drawing streamer, gotta draw a hot chick. I mean, that's, you know.
that's a nice flag right there.
Yeah, nice flag.
Flip through this Tyler here. I know I had some good ones here. Yeah, this is a good one I did the other day. Going along with more of these, you know, the Eldritch horrors are always fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Elf chick, you know, just classic.
Yeah, yeah, like it.
Let me see what I got with the inked and stuff. But, yeah.
Joe D talking about the intro says, yeah, like 20 to 40 seconds introducing Pops and the Ghost and how mad is the madness to get them to stay. You know, drop a couple clips of wild moments or special guests that people will recognize and go, oh, damn, that dude's better show him watch. You know,
Right.
see, you can tell he's got a lot of stuff. Look, he's good. Yeah. He draws a lot.
I know you guys are big on like the superhero scene, so you know, a little, you know, something like that. Just find one or two more. You know, they're not all winners. It's all shit I do on the fly. I'm just sitting here. But,
I love it.
See, that's just it. It's not about it's about doing it. You know, I mean, if you do it and you're doing it in your style and people recognize it as your style, before you know it, that's what they expect from you, right? You know? And yeah, I see a style in what you're doing. You know?
just various shit. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So how'd you meet Sword and Michael? How'd you end up hooked up with that dude?
I can't remember if he popped in. I think he popped into my show. I might have popped into his show. I did a lot of like, you know, streams where it's like cryptids, monsters, ghosts, conspiracy stories, things like that. And, you know, just, I think he popped into one of mine, and then I started popping into his. And, you know, just for a while, you know, when the pills first came on, I was on all the fucking time. And then, you know, I kind of got busy, moved out here to the middle of nowhere where for a while I didn't have a signal and kind of dropped off. And then when I popped back on, like I don't recognize half the people on there anymore. Like, you know, I've kind of fallen out of the in crowd in here, I think. But you know, and now I do more on probably Rumble because somebody, you know, your Sarge who's watching right now, I think, you know, found one of my videos on Odyssey, and then I started getting to like a, you know, group of people on Rumble where I stream on there a lot and hang out with people on there, and just kind of, you know, I'm just all over this shit.
Wave to your friends on Rumble because you're there right now.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
We are everywhere. We are everywhere.
Awesome.
That's the one thing I do like about this is that I can put people on as many platforms as possible, you know. And yeah, living in the boonies, except for the internet connection part.
Yeah. It took me literally like 3 fucking months to get him to hook it up to this like small town internet I got out here, which oddly enough is better than the one that I had in Nashville. You know, within fucking like viewing distance of the fucking big tower where AT&T is at almost. But everybody was on it, so you got a shit signal, even though they said you're getting a good signal. Out here, I actually get a good one. So
if I don't have Wi-Fi from somewhere, I got nothing. That's the kind of boonies I'm in. My phone, I'll go stand outside right now, and if I'm not connected to the house Wi-Fi, I got nothing.
That's my situation right here. I do not get a signal here. I might get like a text message that'll come through an hour or two later. I'm not getting somebody like on the phone or sending a picture or anything.
I can go into town. I can go into town, be at the baseball field where the Little League's playing. No signal.
Yeah, I drive up to the top of a mountain in the woods where all the fucking like snakes and shit are, and I go chill outside my truck if I need a signal. I don't feel like going into town.
I'm about to be calling my provider and going, how come my phone never works? Why doesn't it ever work? Because that's kind of what it is. It never works except hooked to somebody's Wi-Fi.
Hmm.
Kind of a pain, actually.
Yeah.
Because when I leave, Ghost Pepper, when I leave, I don't have any touch with anybody in the fucking network. I can't get nobody admin. I can't do anything. If I'm not home,
Right.
unless I have Wi-Fi, and even then I'm limited if it's just a phone. I had to take my laptop with me if I want to do any work anywhere. What's up, Sarge?
Yes. Good to meet you.
Sorry.
He's
right.
finally remembered his password for Pill. He set up an account a while back and never used it.
Good guy. Sarge, everybody on fucking Rumble knows who Sarge is. That's a good guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he's funny as shit. He's always playing like funny fucking like parody videos and like music streams and stuff. And yeah,
Dude,
awesome guy. He actually
he's
did
in
anything
the we want madness. I'm just saying.
Think he wants nothing.
What we're doing, Sarge, with the Madness Network is we're building a Roku platform. Building a platform that shows like a Netflix type thing, a view on demand. A bunch of stuff you can go there and binge watch and whatnot. But it's all pop culture, comic related, movie related, music related. It's all, for us. It's our kind of entertainment, right? And the YouTube channel and all that's like been a beta test to find out if I could get enough consistent shows that I could pop up weekly, and it has worked really well. So we're actually in the process of building the Roku channel right now. That's what we do.
Yeah, the Roku is pretty exciting when you talk about all the opportunities it's going to give all these people that make all this art, and all these content, I guess.
Well, the cool thing is that I didn't know anything about Peeled until I met my business partner, who you guys all know already, Cosmic Grandpa.
Yeah, cool.
Okay?
Dude.
You guys all known him longer than I have, but when I met him, it was like he was the guy I needed to help my dream come true. You know what I mean? And he saw the potential in what I was trying to build to come out of retirement and help me make it happen. So, help us out, because between Cos and Batman, Three Beer Men, Norm and Hawk, and all those guys, we're all working hard at building something bigger right now.
Sarge asked what I'm smoking here. I'm smoking one of these Fat Bottom Betties. These are really fucking good.
Oh, yeah, I like them.
What is that? What is it?
Fat Bottom Betty.
Oh,
Bottom Betties. They're
Yeah, I love
really tasty, infused, sweet cigar.
Yep, I like the Leather Rose too. It's pretty good. No, Sweet Jane.
Oh, that's a fucking great one.
Yeah.
I think that one's actually my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you have one more loaded for us,
I
Bill?
do, and this one's about 5 minutes. So
I think this one's my favorite. This one I actually want to make a whole series out of.
yeah, this one's great. So all right, here we go.
It looks like when I actually put an effort in.
The fuck is this? Every day I tell the idiots driving the truck, don't stack the fucking boxes so high. But do they listen? Ah!
Very sweet.
What hit me?
Canned crab.
What?
Canned crab. If you had bought fresh, you'd probably still be alive, you cheapskate.
Fresh crab. What am I, made of money?
No. Right now, you're made of ectoplasm.
Wait. Go back to the part about me being dead. And who are you? Oh, God. My gay hippie son had me buried a Hindu, didn't he? The fuck?
Rajneeshi, actually. But that's not why you're here. I am the goddess Evian. And my staff is supposed to summon brave heroes to my world, but lately it keeps giving me fat, bald old men.
Well, aren't you charming?
Charming? No, charming is what you are supposed to be. But no, you are this. And, the last few I could work with, but no, they're just older, fatter, balder every time. And now you are just the trifecta. No, what are you going to do? Can I send you out to go fight a demon lord? No, you're going to go crawl away to the tavern. You're going to go hit on a waitress and drink beer and fart into your bar stool. You're useless.
Ew, waitresses. No, see, I do know where they've been. It's somewhere dark.
Oh, so you're too good for the waitresses, but not for Janine, the septuagenarian bartender.
Hey, she was a very handsome woman, and I was very, very, very drunk.
Shocker.
Well, we're making about as much progress as the short bus team at the spelling bee. So, what's next?
Well, I can't really send you back now, can I? It's not like you have a body to go back to. So I suppose I could perhaps send you to Fantagogia, the dreamland of knowledge, or Spectaria, the fields of eternal heroes. But why don't you just rummage through that box of lost and found magical artifacts over there, and I'll send you off to the land of Gunt.
What? You don't have any swords? I mean, I'm assuming that, Planet Camel Toe is pretty dangerous, but this is all you got?
Swords are for doers. And let's be honest, if you were going to do something with your life, it would have happened 30 years ago.
Well, all right, fine. Since you're sending me to Snatchvania, I'll just take this big beaver cleaver with me. So, how does this work? Am I, reborn into a noble family, something like that?
What, are you going to be a baby with a meat cleaver? No, this is your body. This is the body that you have. If you don't like that, maybe say no to a Twinkie every once in a while.
All right, fine, whatever. Go get your magic carpet and let's get this over with. Fuck. Reginald, it's extraordinary. Come quick, have a look. I haven't seen this tree anywhere in any of my botany books.
I think it might be an ugly tree, my lord.
Well, we'd best steer clear, just to make sure.
It just fell out of the
Fucking
I've
ugly
been
tree.
wandering in these woods for days. I'm so freaking hungry, but I know what any of these plants are. They're also weird looking. And let's face it, if there's one thing that bitchy goddess was right about, I'm fat. I'm really out of shape. I can't catch anything that I have to chase. So I guess there's really only one thing to do. I gotta find something that looks edible that's not gonna run. I mean, I've seen a few things around here, but not really anything I wanted to walk right up to, but fuck it. I'm hungry, and if I don't kill something now, I'm not gonna have the strength to kill it later. So it's a pig eat pig kind of fucking world out here, and this piggy's eating. Does eating a minotaur make you a cannibal? Or is it okay because, it's kind of not human, like a monkey?
Make sure you eat the cow part.
Or if it is human, is it okay to eat the cow bits? Fuck it. I'm not just going to eat hooves and snouts. I'm hungry. I'm real hungry. Sorry, baby Jesus. This has got to happen. Don't look.
Yeah, I got a bunch of plans for that one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's great.
So are you, I assume there's going to be more Burt's Blades?
Yeah, I'm working on one right now. I'm working on two. I've got a whole long series planned out. Kind of sucks is they just put out an anime that's a very similar thing, but that one's not a comedy, and I'm already doing parody, so it doesn't really fucking affect what I'm doing. So
Right.
it's fine with me. But yeah, no, it's kind of I'm gonna spoof on anime shit and fantasy shit and video game shit and just lots of the next one I'm working on is he finds a store, he sells a bunch of stuff, he buys a chicken and then he kills it, and then everybody freaks the fuck out because it's the holy bird. He's getting chased by guards like fucking Skyrim. Yeah.
Oh shit! The Sarge is killing me over there on pills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serve that roasted Minotaur dong. Big old.
Not the cow bits. Oh.
Hi, Hazel Eyes. How you doing? Good
So,
afternoon.
sweetheart.
We do have another guest that will be coming in. He did say he's going to be a little bit late, so we're not in a rush to go. But Richard Davis is going to be here, the creator of Angel Hunters, which our boy from Wednesday's Comic Artist Hour, Les Linden Garner, did the art on that. I'm going to check that out. You know, do some shout outs about a campaign because I think it's only got like 2 days left or something. So,
Yeah.
I wanted to get him out here and get him one last good look at it before it's over.
So, people asking about like art styles, stuff like that. Like I do a few other things, people asking if they wanted to, have me do some for them. I also do ones where it's like a trace art style where it's like photorealistic. And like, I'll do like a cartoon where it's like, traced over and then like, whatever I do with that. And I do some more like more serious things. I gave you guys mostly funny ones. Anybody wanted to look up Dragon Blossom on YouTube, like that's one I did. That's like, it's short, but it's like, fantasy style one. It's actually got a story in the comments. That's a story I wrote a while back. I went to school for English. So I am actually really good at writing too. I know it doesn't come out that much in all these fucking comedies I do, but and that one I'm also playing the didgeridoo in the background through the whole thing. So I do a lot of shit.
I had that same problem. It's like
All the music in that last one was me playing the keyboard. So
I had that same problem. I talk how I talk, but I'm a proofreader and I'm a damn good one.
I'm a really good writer. I've just never actually finished a fucking book. I won a lot of short story contests in college, and then like on Minds back when they used to do the short story contest, and just I would say I can't find the time to do it. Maybe it's just writer's block. I'm finding plenty of time to do these fucking cartoons. So.
Right. Probably just do a little online blog and just like start putting them up, putting the old ones you already wrote up there and see what happens.
Yeah, I started a Substack, and I haven't put too much up on there yet. The computers I mostly have this shit saved on are like pretty much bricks because every couple of fucking years they update everything on these different programs, and then you go to open the thing and it fucking fries your whole fucking thing you wrote, and it's just like so.
Oh, man.
Talk to text now. You got that talk to text.
Yeah, they call fucking one step forward, two steps back shit.
You do that. It was a dark and stormy night. But you got to have the accompanying Snoopy hitting the typewriter.
Yeah.
The idea about doing on Substack is I can actually go back and get it afterwards, and the way I've got it on all these old laptops that just fucking I'm lucky if I can turn the thing on, and then if I save it to a fucking flash drive and it's not the current format, it fucks me over. So
Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to definitely do a little bit more with you, sir, and get you out here a little bit more often in some kind of.
Oh yeah. I mean, right now this is my main thing, so yeah, I'm free to do that. So
that's his YouTube link, everybody.
Yeah,
want to go check out some of them cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might have to put together some kind of a. Would you be interested in doing some kind of like a animation tutorial show?
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I mean, the main thing I use is Flip-A-Clip. I've been starting to look at OpenTunes, which is an awesome program, but like I have to actually like learn all the shit on there. So that's me learning before I try to teach anybody that. But Flip-A-Clip I know a lot about. I've been using that one since like 2017. So I mean,
that may even be a great concept for the show, though. Is that I'm a noob. You're gonna learn right along with me, and you go trial and error as. You know what I mean? And do it as a serial show.
Yeah, and I mean,
that might be kind of cool.
probably a lot of
Yeah.
people out there that don't even know where to start. You know what I mean? They got probably a bunch of ideas, but they don't have a clue where to start. And that would be great to,
I
any
was
kind of
just looking at the
tutorial.
start. Like you can get the free one, the basic one that I have on my phones for, it's free. And then like it's like a monthly thing. And I have on my tablet, I've had, because I bought it when the fucking program was new, I have the everything free thing because they can't back out on that now.
Yeah.
But that's only on my fucking Amazon account, so I can't put it on my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, I want to thank you for coming out, man. It's awesome getting to know you a little bit and seeing some of your stuff. And yeah, we're going to see more of you, sir, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. This was really
Tell
cool.
everybody where we can find you before you go, Mr. Scott. Mr. 30-something Media.
All right. Where you can find me is usually under 30-something Media. I'm on Rumble, YouTube, Pilled, BitChute, Minds, Odyssey, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm on Twitter, but I'm mostly just there trolling. So I mean, it's fuck Twitter.
All right. Yeah, man.
All right. It's
Thanks
great
for coming
to meet
out,
you,
man.
sir. This is Mr. Rich Davis. Rich, that's Scott.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, man.
I think I caught last time you were on here. You got some cool stuff.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I didn't catch what you're promoting today, but I'll check yours out when I'm done.
He does animation.
Oh,
Cartoon
right
animation.
on.
So
Well, yeah, we definitely need to talk because Angel Hunter,
There you go.
it is absolute. Well, I wrote it intending for it to be adapted into an anime the whole time. I just think it works incredibly well as a Berserk, Attack on Titan, Battle Angel Alita style anime.
I mean, I'm more like Newgrounds, fucking, I go for that old school kind of aesthetic, but might be able to do like some short stuff. Somebody wants like like an ad or something, or like a trailer promotion. I can definitely do that kind of stuff.
Right on. Yeah, man. I'll reach out to you when I can under 30-something Media. You say?
Yeah.
Right on.
all right. Thanks, Scott. We'll see you again soon, my friend.
See you, buddy.
Have a great one. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, Rich? How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's going on? Good to see you again, man.
It is all action. You guys know what's up. There is not a lot of time left on this one. Not a lot of time at all. So we have to get out here and make sure that we talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Angel Hunters, man. Give everybody the what's up and the what's for while I pull this thing up.
Yeah, sure, man. So I'm Rich Davis. Those of you who know me at all probably know me from my World of Dracula work, Cult of Dracula, Rise of Dracula, Reign of Dracula, and Prometheus in Chains. I've got my new book, Angel Hunter, Volume 1, on Kickstarter right now. And it is a seinen manga inspired story. It's an epic dark fantasy set in a world that's dominated by 13 fallen angels and their armies of kaiju Nephilim. And humans have to claw out their own existence. So what I like to tell people is picture this in your head right now. Imagine that the Empire hit every planet in the Republic at the same time. That's the pace of Angel Hunter. We hit the gas on page 1 and we don't let up till 102. It is epic. It is action packed. It's adrenaline fueled. It's an insanely fast paced book, which is a big change up for me because normally I write a lot of slow burn, psychological horror. So stepping into a dark fantasy realm and just going straight for the action, that was a big change up for me.
I know that this. Okay, well, I mean, I have the inside scoop on the guy who did the art. I get to watch him draw every week, so
Oh, you mean that hack that drew all those pretty pictures?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Look.
Love you, Les, if you're watching.
I know. I get to hang out with Les every week, man. And every time he says, "Oh, I'm working on something new," I'm like, "Oh, something new to promote that's going to be badass.
Yeah.
And everything. Look, he doesn't take a job that doesn't have a great script, a great story to go with it, because man, he builds art. I don't even think he draws. I think he builds art.
Yeah, I think he's like Michelangelo, where he, Michelangelo said, "I don't sculpt anything; I just free the statue from the marble,
Yeah.
or statue from the stone." So I think he just carves it out and lets it free, man. Les has never once let me down with the quality of his artwork. And I think that artwork is going to draw a lot of people into Angel Hunter. And I think the story is going to make them stay. This is a book, the art and the script work very well in synergy. So I'm really proud of this book, man. I really think we got something special here. I have the same feelings about Angel Hunter as I had about Cult of Dracula, and we all know where that ended up. It was an absolute lightning in a bottle success.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's and I'll tell you something else. It's hard to find.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's I look on eBay all the time, and people are selling variants for $80 to $100. I saw Shannon Mayer and I did a signing together in Scranton a year or two ago, and somebody had a 9.8 graded copy of his cover that he and I had both signed, and I think it sold for like $450. So yeah, if you can find Cult of Dracula single issues anywhere, scoop them up. Otherwise, buy the trade. You can get the trade. Anywhere Simon and Schuster books are sold. So Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million. I think is Borders still around out on the West Coast. But yeah, I don't know. But yes, you can find that trade in a lot of different places. But the single issues, they are crazy hard to find.
Yeah, I went looking to see if there was. I was looking to see if there was any older stuff anywhere available. It's like
nobody's got them. I've got a few cases left. Because I made in my contract with Source Point Press, I had it included in there that I could buy as many copies as I wanted at cost. So I bought up all the overruns, because generally publishers will print 10% more than has sold, for overruns, damages, shortages, things like that. So I bought them all. I've got some left, but if your local comic book shop's got it, get it, because they're hard to find.
Well, now, I don't know if you saw recently in the madness, Dan Hink posted or sent me a little, message, and he said, "Hey, yo, I got some free tables to give away in Albany in October."
Oh, wow.
And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "How many do you got?" And he said, "I'll let you know when to quit telling people." So it's basically it's a tattoo artist con, but they also opened it up to horror authors and comic book people and everybody. It's called Dead Hands Expo in Albany.
Oh, right. I think he may have sent me a message about that because it sounds familiar. So I'm going to reach back out because I want to be up in the New York area around October anyway. I'll be there for New York Comic Con. So maybe I'll stay a week or two, and I would love to check that out. I do great at tattoo and horror conventions. Honestly, I do better at those than I do comic conventions.
Dracula's going to be, Dracula vampires. That's, that's tattoo art right there.
Heck yeah. And I've got a Frankenstein book as well, Prometheus in Chains. So, I'm definitely in that wheelhouse.
We already have a few madness people that have committed.
Nice.
Being there that weekend. And I'm going to try and work it out with Cos that we can be there too.
Oh, that's right.
If they'll let us broadcast, we will broadcast all weekend.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome just to do like a around the clock on a podcast? Dude, that'd be sick.
Well, we did it once in Savannah, Georgia, a couple years ago. Where
Oh, nice.
We got a table and we just did the show from open to close. You know,
I love Savannah too, man. That is a beautiful city.
it was a cool little con. I mean, it wasn't huge. Tank Ferret was there with me, and Dan from World War. What's the name of that book? I can't remember now.
World War
It's been
Z.
2 years. World
Was it
War
World
something.
War Z?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
can't. I'll have to look it up and remind myself. It's been a while.
No worries.
I think his nickname was World War Dan, though. So
Maybe, yeah. That's a good nickname. I don't have a cool nickname. Somebody's got to give me a cool nickname because you can't choose your own nickname. Somebody's
that's
got to
right.
give.
That's right. My
I'm
my
afraid
name is
there though because some people might give me some really awful ones.
well, mine is a combination of two. Pots
Right.
Van Zandt is two of my two different nicknames from different eras of my life that I just smashed together and made a stage name out of.
Dude, it's got a really rad sound, man. I like it.
It works.
And it fits your
Well,
character so well.
yes, exactly. And it's funny because you know that guy from what is it, Planet Awesome or whatever, that huge comic YouTube channel, dude's got like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that guy. I met him at Grand Rapids Comic Con a couple years ago, and I walked up to him, and I had press pass and everything, and he looked at me, and he just kind of went, "I like the branding because of what I was wearing, the hat and the vest and the everything," and he's like, "I like." He got it right away. Either that or he already knew who I was, one or the other.
Right.
Because he's like, I like the branding. He knew what it was about. He knew what the whole, what I was doing. He's a nice guy. I've seen him a couple times since.
Right on.
But let's talk about, actually, I want to show this trailer. Let's show a trailer, and then we'll go from there, right?
Sure thing.
Are you ready? Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I like that. Joey Galvez from Geek Collective put that one together, and yeah, he did a great job with it. And actually, there is an inaccuracy in there because it says it's a 96-page seinen manga. It's actually 102 pages. Les and I took it back. We weren't really satisfied with how the story had come together. And so we went back and rearranged some scenes, added some new pages, and it flows a lot better. Les and I are both perfectionists, and I think I drove him crazy because I was so insistent on the book coming out a certain way. But I think the final project or final product is it's incredible. I'm extremely proud of this book. And so we're up to 100 pages. Bless you. But if we hit our next stretch goal, which is definitely within reach, we're going to add 10 extra pages, and those pages won't be available in the direct market edition of the book. It'll only be available in our Kickstarter versions of the book.
So you got some different variant covers.
Oh yeah, we got Caleb Addy. He did the first one there. Caleb was a Spawnuary winner, so he's got some covers of Spawn. The next one is by Ingrid Gala. She's done a lot of work on Something Is Killing the Children, and some other Vampirella and Staked. But this is one that got me put into Facebook jail when I shared Ingrid's cover, even though we blurred out, the nudity and everything, Facebook still flagged it as, inappropriate sexualization. So I was like in Facebook jail for 24 hours. And then that third one there is by Spike Jarrell. And then the last one is one of my favorite people to work with in the world, Jay Ferguson. So yeah, we got some, we've only got 4 variant covers plus the A and the B cover by Les. He did the A and Jordan Dorenzo did the B. But the 4 variants that we have, they're very high quality, beautiful, beautiful covers.
Beautiful
Yeah, man.
stuff.
Good stuff.
So yeah, we're gonna delve a little deep now. This
Thanks,
is
Headless Bourgeoisie. Appreciate the back.
oh yeah, dude, what's up, Headless? Cool, thank you. This is like a little sampler, right?
Yes. Yeah, we on the Kickstarter page we threw up a lot of story content, so you can go through it. Actually, you know what? This might Joey may have just added this. This might be the entire book on that that flip through. It'd be the book without the letters. But
Right.
we're very confident that this book's going to do well. So we threw it up there like, here, you look at it, you read it, and if you like it, back it. We know you're going to dig it. So
Yeah, there are only 2.5 days left of this, guys. But now we're gonna meet the characters now. Go ahead, give us the rundown.
heck yeah. So this kid right here, this is Go. Go might be my favorite character in the whole book. If you people out there, if you're manga fans, he's kind of our Naruto character. He's a paraplegic warrior who doesn't know the meaning of the word impossible. He just refuses to surrender, refuses to give up. He refuses to fail. And he's the kind of guy, he will drag his legs behind him, moving elbow to elbow, dragging himself through a village at war, climbing steps to a temple just to save one little dragon egg. That's Go. He will not give up. Nothing is impossible for him.
Nice.
And this right here, this is probably our creepiest character. So kind of shining with my horror roots here. This is Azaraza. There are actually 2 characters that inhabit the same body, and only one of them can exist in the world at the same time, unless the other one is able to inhabit a corpse. Now, corpses, they decay, and when one of these souls are inside the corpse decays very rapidly. And if they don't make it back to each other by the time the corpse decays, they both cease to exist. So they're constantly they're twins. So they're fighting each other because each one of them wants to live. They want to be the one that survives and lives in the world, but neither of them wants the other one to die. So they've got a lot of inner conflict, a lot of turmoil in their lives. So they were very fun to write as well. Raza is the female version, and she's batshit insane, man. She's so fun. And then Azar, he's more of the kind of the calm, cool, collected, strategic mind. So yeah, Azaraza was really, really fun to write.
So you got a right and left brain there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're twin souls, same body. This one right here, this is Saoirse. I got tongue tied. Saoirse, which is a play on Circe, and so she's obviously our magic wielder. Took a lot of inspiration from Vampire the Masquerade for her. She has the ability to manifest these tendrils of darkness, and they do her bidding. They can rip into a body, wrap themselves around the spine, and rip out the soul. She's the character that's most likely somewhere in the story to break bad. So she walks this really, really fine line. She's probably a true neutral character. She has no real allegiances, has no real code of ethics, just whatever is right at the time. That's what she does. But she's a very complex character as well. Because she fights herself. She wants to be good, but everything inside her tells her to be bad.
Right. I like it. Oh,
This one, that's Shiroi Majo. She is the White Witch of Edessa and the High Priestess to the Radiant God. So she's a very, very interesting character. She's a White Witch, so she wields healing magic and light magic. But she's got a really deep secret that she hides, and if it ever comes out, she's in a whole lot of trouble. Can't really reveal what that secret is. You have to read the book to find that. But she's caught between forces, caught between worlds, and she's she's Switzerland basically, and neither the light side or the dark side, to simplify the terms, neither of them trust her, neither of them bond with her, so she's truly alone. And this is Aiden. He is our antagonist. I like to tell people I don't write heroes, I don't write villains, I write protagonists and antagonists. And I trust the readers to decide who's good and who's evil, or maybe they're all just good evil, kind of gray. But
have
Aiden,
you ever noticed that sometimes you'll have a character and some people will see him one way and other people will see him the other?
oh yeah. I think that's going to happen with Aiden a lot because he's a zealot. He really is. He's absolute, drank the Kool-Aid, zealot, true believer. But his commitment, his goal is to set people free. And he thinks the only way to do that is by first conquering them, which seems like, an oxymoron. But it's not. He wears this really rad armor. It's full of spikes and things, and he has to wear it because on the inside he's rotting. He's dying. He's falling apart. And if he ever takes the armor off, then he's just will dissolve into goo, I guess is the best way to put it. He's if you want to think of him in terms of a Star Wars character, because apparently I'm on a Star Wars kick today. Aiden, he's kind of the Anakin Skywalker character. He's got a lot going on, a lot of power. And of our main characters, other than Shiroi Majo, Aiden he's the furthest along in developing his abilities. Throughout the story, what we're going to do, you'll follow these 4 special children, and they will learn about their abilities, and then they have a choice, a really hard choice to make. Do they side with humans and save humanity, or do they side with the fallen angels and break the world? And it's not an easy choice. It's not clear black and white who's right and who's wrong. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And this image right here needs to be updated because we've already unlocked those first 2 stretch goals. The first one was the World of Dracula digital library. So you would get everybody who backs the project will get a free digital copy of my entire library of work. So Cult of Dracula 1 through 6, Rise of Dracula 1 through 6, Reign of Dracula 1 and 2, Prometheus and Chains 1 through 6, and the Embalming Day one shot. So a lot of digital content there. And then the second is the World of Dracula physical library. So everybody that backs the project now, on top of the digital library, they're going to get physical signed copies of Cult of Dracula 1, Rise of Dracula 1, Reign of Dracula 1, Prometheus in Chains 1, and the Embalming Day one-shot.
People, look, it's already
Whoa.
96 pages. It's 25
102.
bucks. And he
102
just said
already.
he's giving you all them number ones as well.
Yep. So you know what? If you want a Cult of Dracula #1, go back. Go back. It's on Kickstarter because you'll get one.
Look how happy he just got.
I
Look
see
how
that.
happy he just got. He said, I get what?
Ah, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what he just said. Yeah. He probably didn't know them number ones was part of the game till we scrolled down and looked at it. Right? He just
Yep.
backed it, right?
Yep.
Dude, come
And
on,
we'll do
guys.
all that for free, man. Our next stretch goal, which I'm really excited about, is if when we hit the $5,000 mark, 10 pages of bonus content. So that'll be fun, and it's content that will not be available in the direct market edition. Angel Hunter will be going to comic stores later this year, but we're the first time I've done this, launching it on Kickstarter first. So yeah, if we hit that $5,000 mark, which is very, very, very well within reach, then you know, you'll get those 10 pages of extra content that won't be available anywhere else.
Yeah, dude. Look, this is a great deal. I was talking to somebody else the other day, and they had a great deal. 200 something pages of content for like 14 bucks or something. It was a manga style book, but 200 something pages of content, right? For like 14 bucks. And now here I am again, and I'm looking at a massive upgrade because of stretch goals, guys.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. He's giving you a whole bunch of look, you don't usually get books as physical stretch goals.
Yep. Yeah,
Books usually cost a little bit too much to fit into a stretch goal. You know what I mean? You already obviously have these printed. It's not like you're printing up new ones. You already
Yeah, these are all first prints. So
but they still cost money to print in them originally. So you know, I mean, you're throwing a hell of a deal at these guys. Look, people, that's already 90 of these you're already giving me. 91? How many backers you got?
yeah, we're at like now 91, which is really cool.
91. So that's a lot of books, man.
Yep. We'll probably hit 100 tonight, and then my goal.
2 days, next 2 days will be popping. And Wednesday morning we'll talk about it again, obviously on Les's show, because it'll be ending Wednesday morning, right? Wednesday afternoon.
7 a.m. on Thursday.
Yeah, so Wednesday on Les's show, we'll talk about it some more. Yeah, look, we're gonna get this thing popping, baby. You know, that's a great deal. It was a great deal. There's a lot of books.
Yep, get a lot of books in there.
Les is the man, dude. I love watching him draw, man. He's freaking awesome.
I love working with Les. You know, we've literally worked together on every book I've ever done. He's either done covers, or he's done illustrations, or he's done backup inks. You know, I don't know if I could do a comic without Les, honestly.
Well, you know Lori, right? Lori Calcaterra. Yeah,
yep.
She's doing her launch party, and Les is there. He's hanging out with us, and he's like, "Hey, if it gets to $5,000, I'll do a cover for you." Lori and I was like, "You might as well get started. This thing's gonna be at $5,000 in a couple hours." He didn't know, but she has that. You know, she has a following, right? She gets the $5,000 quick. It slows down after that, but she gets there every time. You know. Yeah. So we were like, yeah, you might as well get started. He drew Lola and Sad Pancake.
Oh, nice.
A cover for her. And it is freaking, dude, it's amazing. It really is. The dude is just balls out, people, I'm saying.
Les has never let me down. And, you know, it's been, this is, like I said, this is my first go at Kickstarter. I've done Kickstarters in the past, but they've always been handled by my publishers. So this is the first one I've ever done on my own. And it's been interesting for me to the difference between the direct market audience and the Kickstarter audience. Because my books have sold exceptionally well. I mean, Cult of Dracula sold well over 150,000 units. It was kind of, at first it was kind of, I don't know, I felt bad about it because, we only had like 50 people back in the book in the beginning, when we first started going. But I've learned that, they're two different marketplaces. And so people in Kickstarter don't really know who I am. The direct market, you go to a comic book store and you say, hey, I have Cult of Dracula. People know what that is, and people know my name. I go to Comic-Con, San Diego, people come up and, I want me to sign their stuff. But I'm really just kind of getting to know the Kickstarter audience. And I've learned a lot through this campaign. I'm going to do some things differently on my next campaign. But I'm really proud of this one. Very, very happy with how it's come out.
It looks amazing to me. And this right here.
Retailer packages.
Take notes, people. Take freaking notes right now, people. He didn't just put up one. He give you the whole deal, and then he give you a break with it at each level. A better break at each level, right?
Oh yeah. And this, I get to look at this from a unique perspective because I also own a comic book store. I've owned comic book stores since 2007. So I know from the retailer perspective, the reason we don't carry a lot of books from Kickstarter is there's no margin. There's no way for us to make money. From a retailer's perspective, more than story, more than art, more than covers, more than anything.
You got to have markup room.
Yeah, it's margin. You got to make money. So we've got a retailer package here where you can buy the book for $5 a unit. It's a $24.99 book for $5. If you can't make money on that, you need to get out of business. I mean, it's just the truth, even
at the 10 unit tier, okay, even at 1150, a 100-page book, which it's right, it's in that area whether you reach stretch goal or not. It's close to 100. Yeah, for $10 or $11, that's not bad. You got room for the retailer to tack a little on there, make it $17.99 or $16.99.
I mean, the MSRP on it's $24.99, so you could pop it out there at a 25% discount, sell it for $20, and still make money. You're as a retailer, you're gonna get a better deal, even if you only buy 10 books. You're gonna get a better deal backing this Kickstarter than you will when it's available from Lunar later this year. Because you're not going to get a 50% discount, more than a 50% discount from Lunar unless you're moving, $100,000 worth of comics a month. But you can get this thing down with the retailer package 4. That's a 75% discount. I mean, that's huge. The opportunity to make money, and it's
dog likes it.
But yeah, man, we've had a couple of retailers jump on board already. We need a couple more. If you're a retailer out there and you're not thinking about how much money you're making on what you're buying, again, you need to go out of business. Or you probably are going out of business already.
Yeah, it's legit. Look, I've been saying this for a long time, and I tell people retail tiers are a great thing. You put them up there, but if you don't put them up there with enough room for the retailer to get it and make some money off it,
doesn't matter.
And that you got to figure in shipping too, guys. Okay, you got to figure in shipping too. You ain't getting there free. So dude buys 10 books. What's it cost to ship those 10 books?
A lot.
I mean, so now, dude, he's adding that on there. That has to go in that margin of markup, and there still has to be profit after that.
Yeah. I mean,
You gotta make it worth their while, guys. You really do.
I've had some great Kickstarter people, creators with some great books reach out to me about doing, retailer packages, and it'll be a 28-page floppy, and they'll want their MSRP on it's like $15, because it's expensive when you're printing small numbers, and then they'll give me a 10% discount, and I'm like, I can't do that. There's no way I can make money on that. I'd love to support the book, but I will back it myself, but I can't do a retailer package at that margin.
Right. And I mean, even so, then again, like you said, once you've got it in shipping, that 10%'s gone.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. Now the only way you make money is to mark it up.
Yep.
Above its regular price. And you can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
And how do I sell, how do I sell a 28-page floppy from a writer or an artist nobody's ever heard of, a character nobody's ever heard of? How do I sell that to my customer who's already struggling to pay, $6 for Batman or Spider-Man?
And this was the next thing I was going to say. If you're a person and you like to buy a lot of comics and Kickstarter shipping and buying them all on Kickstarter and Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, and you're paying for shipping for every stinking book, and how nice would it be if you could just go down to the store and get the books you want? So you have to be, as a customer, you have to go to your retailer and go, hey, yo, did you see this retail deal over here on this Kickstarter campaign? These guys get it. They're actually giving you room to make some money. You should check this out because I'll get one. And if you go in there and you tell your comic store guy that you'll buy some of these books or you'll buy this book, and you have friends that'll buy this book if he stocks this book, guess what happens? Stocks the book.
Yeah. And if you're a retailer out there and you buy, if you get retail package 4, you get 100 units, 100 copies of the book for $500. If you sell 20 copies, you've made your investment back, and you've still got 80 to sell for your profit. I mean, that's insane,
You said if you sell 20 copies at full price. At full price, but you can sell like 40 at half price, get your money back, and then do whatever you want with them after that. You can invite Rich to your store to do some signings and sell even more. Sell even more at a marked up price, even whatever you want to see. The whole thing is once they're yours. And they're paid for. What the heck?
For any of the retailers out there, if you're considering backing these books, if you want me to come do a signing at your store, I will absolutely do that. I love doing store signings. So, the retailers, if you're listening, dude, jump on this. Make some money off of me. I mean, I'm losing money on some of these tiers, but it's okay. It's a loss leader. It's going to get the book out there, and I'm happy to do that. But jump on it.
I've always considered, look, put them on the shelves. If you can get them on the shelves in the store, put them on the shelves in the store, because most comic fans still buy their comics off a shelf in the comic store.
Yeah. Buying them online is boring.
It is. It really is.
I mean, because you don't get the interaction with the store, the people at the store, the community. Comics is about community, man. And
like our store, Buy Me Toys down here, the one that we go to in Mishawaka, I think it's Mishawaka, Indiana. Buy Me Toys, right? They're the ones, they partnered up with Hall of Heroes at the Hall of Heroes Comic Con, and they paid Jim Shooter to come and sign for free all weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I got my press pass signed. I got my Secret Wars 8 signed.
Nice.
But I'll tell you what, the press pass means more to me than him signing the comic. I got Jim Shooter to sign my press pass while I was talking.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yeah,
I met
it
Tim
was
at Heroes Con last year, and I got to sit down and have like a 20-minute conversation with him. And he was just a real guy. He didn't blow smoke. He told me, what was good about my books. He told me what was bad about my books. There's a lot of knowledge from that man, and I was soaking it up like a sponge, man. I was like, whatever you say, I am absorbing this because, he's a legend, and it's sad that
with me it was funny because I talked to him, I got stuff signed, and I walk around the con and I talk to everybody and I interview people, and then I come back around to where Alan and Kelly and Jim, they're in a little bit of a huddle, and I walk up because I know Kelly and Alan pretty well, and I don't feel like I'm intruding on anything if I walk up in the middle of a conversation they're in. And they just keep right on talking, and they're like, they acknowledge me, but they just keep right on talking, and Jim looks at me, looks down at my press pass, looks over at Alan, and Alan goes, "Nah, don't worry about Pops. He's cool. He won't say anything," because they were discussing future plans.
Oh, nice.
You see what I'm saying? And right, I felt that made me feel so good that they were like, "Don't worry, Pops wouldn't spill no beans, man. He might be pressed, but he's comics."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's really cool, man. You got to have that conversation with him, and hear industry secrets. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got to be in on secrets. It was cool, and it was and it was funny because he looked at me, looked down the press at my press pass, right, and he's like, because he just shut up, he quit talking, right, and then he looked at Alan, and I was like, "No, he's cool," and then they went right back to their conversation.
Pops, you got to call your store, man, and tell them to jump on one of these retailer packages. Or you know what? If your radio or your podcast network wanted to jump on them, I'm totally fine with that.
This is the whole thing. We're trying to incorporate a lot more stuff with stores. Like Johnny Reed, he's one of the guys that gets in our RPG streams. He has a store down in Missouri, right? And I'm trying to get more and more of the store owners involved and paying attention to what we're doing, but they're busy people.
Oh yeah.
You got a store, they're busy people. They don't have a whole lot of time to just sit back and watch a stream.
Right.
Now I would suggest it to people, if you owned a store, I'd put a big screen up in the back of the shop with the madness on all day long.
That'd be kind of cool.
I
need to do that at Wonderland Comics, my store, because we do have, we'll run like Comic Storian, stuff like that. We'll run the EXP or CBSN, things like that. So yeah, man, I need to get the madness up in there too.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I would be so freaked out if I walked into a comic shop and seen my network live on a big screen at the back of the shop. I'd be like, right on.
It'd be awesome. That'd be super rad, man.
But and not just my network. There's other killer comic shows and comic networks too. I would have a big screen that had something comic related going on all the time in the shop.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
we do that. We do that with YouTube channels, but I've never done a live channel. So we need to. I'm gonna talk to AJ and get that started this week.
Yeah, do it. Do it live. That's what we do, right?
Yep.
And I guarantee you, if people call me and they're like, "Dude, we want to put you on the stream, put your stream up on the store." Man, sometimes we got little kids here and y'all drop too many F-bombs. I'd tell everybody quit dropping so many F-bombs right in there. I would. If people were putting us out on the public like that, I would tell everybody calm down.
Yeah, you can put the censored. Back up the F-bombs.
I'd have to do it to myself too. But if somebody called me and they're like, "Dude, we want to put your network up in our store, but we got little kids coming in here," I'd be like, "All right, I got this."
If I can make this happen for you,
we can have a PG version. We can do that.
Yep.
But hey,
And
it is what it is. That's why we have Pilled and Rumble and all these different places to broadcast to.
yep,
We can do toned down shows,
yeah,
and put them in, like, just give YouTube the toned down stuff and do everything else everywhere else.
heck yeah, yeah. I mean, if you adapt to your audience, give the audience what they want. Um, so you gotta. So yeah, if the thing that's keeping you out of the stores is your language, tone it down. Because the most important thing is to get out there.
Well, I've never been told I'm in a store yet, but I'm just saying, if somebody said they wanted to do that or they were looking into doing that, I would definitely clean things up a little bit during the day.
Heck yeah.
I mean, we still have nighttime shows, right? You can come out and drop all the F-bombs you want. Store's closed. Ain't nobody in there. No little kids watching.
Absolutely. And if you got little kids in there watching at night, they're probably cool.
They
with,
broke in.
Yeah, they're horror comic book fans.
Absolutely, yeah. Their parents are like their parents are getting them into this stuff. So yeah,
It's better than comics are way better than some of that mess that's out there that kids get into nowadays.
Oh, Lord, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
It's like a Dragon Con, which is my favorite convention to do. It's home for me. I've been going to Dragon Con since 2005 maybe. But they got this kind of unspoken rule. Up until like 8 p.m. it's family friendly. But after 8, the freaks come out. And if you've got your kid out there at after 8 p.m., it's your own fault what they see.
That's nice.
Yep.
And like I said, it's not an official rule or anything, but everybody just kind of abides by it. So the same thing with your podcast network. You have your Madness After Dark or something.
Yeah. Well, we used to do a CromCon. We used to do an after dark show.
Yeah.
After CromCon shut down, after the final panel was over, then we went and got all nutsy in the after show and got drunk. The good old days. The CromCon.
Those are fun shows.
Yeah. So I did catch that message. We got creative team commissions. What's up?
Yeah. These are really, really cool. If you're a collector of original art, Caleb Addy, Les Garner, Jordan Dorenzo, and Spike Jarrell have all agreed to do 10 original sketches for just $100 each. And they'll do your original character. They'll do whatever you want. It's your sketch. And so, $100 gets you a piece of original art. That's really cool. The original artist proof on Bristol board for 150. These are the actual pages of the comic. There's only one of each page, so you got 102 of these, and they'll come stamped and embossed and signed to let you know that they are the real deal, original page proofs. And then the original art commission, if you want something more detailed than a sketch from either of these artists, you can do that for $200. So like, if you wanted 3-4 characters or like a detailed scene or something like that. So there's a lot of chance to get original art here. So if you guys are, collectors of that stuff, this tier is amazing for you.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot.
Oh yeah. We focused on, with this campaign, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to give every reward that we offered, I wanted it to have value. I didn't want to do stickers or bookmark, although bookmarks are probably a good idea, but all the stuff that, people don't really, it's cool to have, but people don't really care about it. I wanted to do real content, things with real value.
Right. The pitch session and portfolio reviews. I like this too.
Yeah, this is really all. I think we've had one person back each of these tiers. So, for the people out there, if you're looking to get into the comic book industry, if you're looking to get your book published and you don't know how, basically, if you're me 6 years ago, and have no freaking idea how to do this, that 1 hour pitch session with me, it's going to have a lot of value to you because you can ask me whatever questions you want. You can have me edit your script, go through your script and tell you what you're doing right, tell you what I think you can do better, help you learn how to make contacts with artists, how to talk to publishers, all the things that you need to know. But if you're just getting started, you probably don't know. You can get that in this 1 hour pitch session with me. And then the portfolio review with Les. Les will be a lot more brutal than I am, but you can submit your portfolio of art to him, and he will give you his constructive criticism about it, and kind of give you advice on what you need to improve and how you can maximize your portfolio to make publishers pay attention. So for artists and illustrators out there, that's the big thing. How do I get my work in front of a publisher? Les can help you learn that. I can help you learn that. So if you're serious about being a comic creator and you're just getting started, this is the tier for you. And, a $500 investment, it might seem like a lot, but if you're not willing to make a $500 investment in your own career, then you're probably not going to be a pro. You're going to stay a hobbyist. And there's nothing wrong with being a hobbyist, but you need to know who you are, know thyself. But if you can't make a small investment in your career, then, rethink it. Because
I was gonna point out, knowing who Les is, if you paid $5 for a portfolio review from Les, you are gonna get your $500 worth. He is gonna give you a legit review of your work. He's gonna give you a legit synopsis of where he sees it could go. He's gonna do what he can to help you get there. But he's going to be honest with you.
Yep.
That's the one thing you got to understand, people. Les is not going to candy coat. He's not going to BS you. He's not going to blow smoke up your ass.
Yep.
Okay, so if you ask for a review from Mr. Garner, take it to heart, whatever the man says. Serious business.
And his depth of knowledge about art is insane. I mean, there are sometimes like he calls me the most artsy fartsy writer he's ever worked with, and I take that as a badge of honor, man. Because sometimes he and I we just talk art, and he just knows his knowledge. It's ridiculous. No matter what style of art you do, I guarantee you, Les knows something about it, and probably a lot about it. And so, yeah, being able as an artist or an illustrator to be able to sit down and talk to a pro who's been in this business for over 20 years, who, has so many books out and so many covers out there. I mean, damn.
And not just that, but like 3D sculpting and stuff that he's been doing forever.
Yep.
I mean, I think he told me that one of the things he started doing 36 years ago, professionally.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
And it's like, I think it was something with 3D design or something.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. It's like, and you look at where that is now, and you think Les was a pioneer.
Yeah, he was a big time pioneer in that world.
Yeah.
You're
definitely gonna get your money's worth if you have a review from either one of these guys. Look, this Rich first campaign that he's done himself without without a publisher doing it for him, seems to be doing pretty good. 91 backers, right? First time. Look,
I've got
pretty good.
I've got 4 trade paperbacks on the shelf. This is going to be my 5th. I've got a couple of other projects I'm working with some other publishers. So, you know, I hate to brag. I really do. But I kind of have to sell stuff. But, you know, I did all that by kind of forcing my way into the industry. It was tenacity. It was learning how, you know, I had some really cool pros give me advice when they didn't have any reason to give me the time of day. And so I learned a lot. I learned how to, rather than waiting on somebody to open the door for me, I learned how to kick the fucker down myself.
That's what I had to do.
Yep.
That's what I had to do, man. Look, I can remember CromCon 1 way back in April of 2020. And Brian Polito was the host of the final panel of the day, right? And Brian and I used to talk a lot. He's like, and after a while, I was getting pissed off because nobody would put press releases out for CromCon. Yeah, I couldn't get anybody, you know, I mean, we had a great following, but I couldn't get it to go outside, right? I couldn't get people to tell everybody else about it. Now, I was getting mad, and Brian's like, man, they don't talk about me at all. That don't stop me. I keep on going, right? And at that time, he didn't get a lot of press. He was still killing it. He's still selling the hell out of books.
Oh, yeah.
But he wasn't getting a lot of press, you know? And so I went ahead and ate that bullet, and I just kept doing it, you know?
Tenacity, man.
Yeah. I take that Zach Wild thing, SDMF. Strength, determination, merciless forever.
Yep.
Yeah. And you roll with that, man. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people. I've had a whole hell of a lot more people advise me to quit.
Right.
Than I have that have tried to help me make this happen.
And you know what? Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
You know, they're just, you know, they're probably just people who couldn't make it happen themselves and are bitter about it. So they want to tear it. It's so much easier to tear somebody down than to build yourself up. So, you know, fuck the haters, man. You know, if this is something you want to do, you know, just do it, man. That's the thing. Just do. I promise you, I'm sitting here right now, you know, talking to all you people that are watching, as a professional comic book creator. And I got a lot of books in stores. And if I can do this, trust me, you can do it too. Because 6 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing.
And see, that's what I was just gonna say. It's like, man, you could have asked me my whole freaking life if I ever would have been an advocate for a comic book creator or trying to run some kind of a TV network of my own. You could have asked me any time in my life all the way up until 2 years ago, and I'd have been, yeah, probably not. At least as far as the network. Yeah, I mean, I've been advocating for comics for about 6 years for indie creators. But if you'd asked me at any point in my life, was that something I was going to do? No, this was all something that destiny kind of dropped in my lap. And instead of fumbling, I picked the ball up and ran. I took the ball and ran with it. I was like, okay, this is the hand that they're dealing me right now. I'm going all in.
Yep. Seize that opportunity. You know, when you see it, go for it.
And boy, ups and downs, lots of fun, but I'm almost to the place I've, you know, been trying to get to for a couple years now. So, you know, I'm happy the way things are. Yes. Oh, 30 something after dark titty twos.
Well, Pops, I hate to do this.
Rich, I love it, man. I love everything I've seen today, man. It's very good stuff, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Go back, Angel Hunter.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
But I got to bounce. I've got another podcast coming up. I'm doing a bunch of them at this, you know, in the next 48 hours.
Yes.
So,
do that.
Thank you.
And like I said, we'll talk about it again on Wednesday morning too, or on Wednesday afternoon on Les's show.
That sounds great, man. Well, thank you again for all your support. I love everything you do, man. And thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah. You just keep doing what you're doing, or I won't have nothing to do.
Yeah. Fair enough. I can do that.
All right. If it wasn't for you guys doing what you do, I'm just Loudmouth on X or Loudmouth on YouTube, right? You guys give us something to actually build a network around. So don't stop doing what you do. And
You know what? I'll do it as long as they let me.
Yeah.
We totally appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. And you're welcome anytime, Rich. You know it.
I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. And you guys have a great rest of your night.
You too, brother.
Y'all can find Rich everywhere. You know that. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's on X, I think. He's all over the place. You can find him and just go back his stuff, man. You got a couple days left. Check your finances. Go take a real long, good look at this beautiful freaking book. We didn't even get into the pages. Look at this.
Yeah. This badass art.
Russ's art is freaking badass.
Man.
You know, 92 pages, 96 pages of this stuff, guys. It's beautiful.
It is nice. Very nice.
And Wednesday, ask Les if he'll draw you some horses. Matter of fact, all them commissions, all you guys that are getting Les Garner commissions, ask him to draw you a horse.
Yeah. I was there for that stream.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Those are wings, yo, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's tricky.
Nice wings.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Thanks. And with that, we're gonna be out of here. Ghost Pepper, thanks for hanging out with us, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you, man.
Catch me on
You are my pill liaison. So anytime you want to get somebody from over there to come hang out with us,
Will do, man. I sure will. I'll be all up in the Kool-Aid. Tell them, hey, come over here to the madness so we can back your shit.
Man, I want to thank Sarge and 30-something for making the YouTube chat, making the Rumble chat look like people actually watch.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you. Hey, man, look, we're only a few subscribers short of the monetization threshold on Rumble. We get a few more subscribers, we might actually make a dime over there. It'd be sweet.
Yeah, man.
So, I see we got 7 people watching on Rumble right now. That's awesome. Thanks, Sarge. Thanks, 30-something. Scott, you guys rock. Guys. Appreciate you. For sure. Right.
Yeah. You can catch me on Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern with Javo. We're going to shred some terrible movies and clips and music and stuff. We're going to make fun of it pretty good.
Cool. Yep. I think it's going to be up to me and you to figure out Thursday's movie. So.
Okay.
Because Dustin took the week off.
Yeah.
You saw the movie we watched today. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That was a cool movie. Yeah.
It's pretty good. So we had to come up with something good for Thursday, too.
All right. Yeah. I'll shoot you a couple ideas, and we'll go from there. All right, boy.
Cool.
Have a good one.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I think there's going to be a show later tonight. I believe we have some It's Freaking Figures right here with our boy Dustin. I don't know if he's got Zombie or Batman with him, but one of the two will be there. If not, hell, I'll jump in and hang out with him. What the hell? Right?
All right.
So, y'all have a great day. We're going to be home.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Peace.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1. Crowdfunding now on Fund My Comic.
It goes. Who we gonna raid?
Let's see. You can raid Stuck. He's live.
Stuck in New York?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, sweet.
We're going to hang out with the Stuck one. All right, later, everybody.
Peace.
city. She listens to every whisper, every murmur, every secret we keep. Her ears catch the echoes of a world in despair. Murcielaga, she bad, she's always aware.
Little president in his sandbox play. Build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand. Building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes. Making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along. In the sandbox they all belong. Little president from that play. Every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way. In the great big sandbox that is the USA. The USA. Share your dreams with everyone. Sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight. With Little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall. In the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build. Little Trump, your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump, that play. Every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way. In the great big sandbox that is the USA. Hooray, hooray, for the USA.
I'll tell you, I'm at Steel City Comic Con. You're watching me at Madness Comic Network. What a crowd. Love it.